you. Here is a introduction to Dr. P. Hyma. Dr. P. Hyma has completed B Pharmacy in Vinitha College of Pharmacy, Hyderabad, and M.Pharm in Mahila University, Tirupati, in the field of pharmaceutics. And she has done her PhD from JNU, Hyderabad, in the area of micro-ml spine drug delivery systems. She has an experience of more than 19 years in industry as well as academia. Currently, Madam is working in the Department of Pharmaceutics as professor at Sultan College of Pharmacy, Hyderabad. Madam has profound knowledge on the field of academics and ability to assimilate the skills for better results. She carried out many academic and industry collaborative works with good knowledge in the field of pharmacokinetics and kinetic software. And she provided a skill development training programs in collaboration with Swarna Bharat Trust for National Skill Development Schemes. She is motivational speaker at various organizations, igniting the young minds. Madam has a credit of 58 publications in various reputed national and international journals. She has presented more than 25 papers in national and international conferences. She is a life member of Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India, and she is a life member of Indian Pharmaceutical Association. She has various awards. She has Inspiring Women of Year 2022 award from WIP Intercons and IBA Telangana State Branch. She is awarded with Associate Fellowship Award by Telangana Academy of Sciences, Hyderabad, and she has received Best Teacher Year of Excellence in Teaching by the Council for Skills and Competencies, and she has been a guest speaker in national conferences and government-funded seminars. We welcome you for the session from idea to publication, navigating the research paper journey. It is very good opportunity for the students to interact with Dr. P. Hyma. We welcome you for the session. Hyma, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Rajlakshmi. And we have students joined because I can see only 5 participants in the participants icon. Or should we wait for them to join? Because this is actually for the students. I will be doing even the online session, how they have to select the journal and how they have to start their paper.
Madam, you can join, madam. All the students are in the seminar hall.
Okay.
Rajlakshmi madam,
Got
students
it.
వైపు కెమెరా పెట్టండి.
Okay.
So good afternoon to one and all. Good afternoon to my dear students, and I hope I am having an audience of B Farm and M Farm as well. We will start with the lecture. Before that, if I can see you all once in the camera, so that. Rajlakshmi madam, sorry, if I can see the students. Hello. 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 Yes. I can see them all. Yes, looking vibrant and good. So let us start the lecture. Today I will be, taking you to the journey of research and why it is important. So I hope this will add up a lot of value to your career because not only academics, even a research orientation is mandatory for you to excel in your career after B Farm, whatever you want to pursue, whether MS or M Farm or even after M Farm. So welcome to today's session from idea to publication, navigating research paper journey. When your Rajalakshmi ma'am has approached to me to take on this topic, I was very enthusiastic because on day-to-day basis in every class of mine, I teach my students this as bits, because at once it will not go into their. So today I will teach you a practical aspect of it. Like as a student, from zero, how do you start a publication? Because none of them will make you sit beside them and teach them from scratch. They'll just give you tips on how to do and all, but I'll just tell you what basic things of a publication as a student and basic things of academic research. So you're welcome. If any questions in the middle of the session or even at the end, if you have any questions, you can put them forward. So let's start the journey. So here, slide. Yes. Academic research, yes. How is it different from the normal research? And do we have any difference in academic research and what goes on in the R&D labs? Exactly. Yes, there is a lot of difference. In college, we have a very, very limited resource. Not all colleges have got the same infrastructure, same labs, same faculty, same instruments, chemicals, everything, the same books, whatever it is, you name a thing. So it is very, very limited. What do we have with us? Now, with that limited thing, can we do research? So I get many students who are questioning this to me, ma'am, in this lab, is this possible? There is nothing here. There is nothing here. There is everything if you have that perspective of seeing. I'll tell you, a pharmaceutics research paper can be done with a beaker and a stirrer and a magnetic stirrer. That's all. You don't need much. Only for your um, other tests, maybe like FTIR or basic test, you have to give the sample outside. But the basic formulation and everything can very much be done within your college lab. It is only that zeal and the way you look at it. ఇక్కడ ఏం లేవు means nothing there. If you think, yes, this will do, that zeal you should have, then definitely you find everything in front of you. So that is academic research, very limited, very challenging, and you need to put in lot of effort with whatever you're having. Of course, with collaboration, it is easy, but I don't know how far that is possible for everyone. Right. So we'll just see why is it important for students. So students generally have this question, why should we do? Because our degree is enough for us to, pursue our other. No, this era is the era of research, and how do you focus it? You don't only just, and now research is a very big, huge fancy term. Okay. So, and it also looks very scary. So I will just say this era is the era of showcasing yourself. Now, after you take your undergrad degree or your graduate degree, with that only degree, can you frame your resume? Even today, for any internship, they call you for an interview to take you in for an internship. Recently, we had a Prime Minister internship program, which was which started by the central government very recently. So this internship program was to develop skills in the student. After BPharm, if you're interested, all the big companies, pharma companies have joined that program. So this research internship, it has a stipend of 6,000 to 8,000 per month. They'll take an interview, they'll take your resume. So it is very important that you build your resume. Now, how do you build your resume? If you are only into academics, what will your resume consist of? You will have your academic column like 10th, inter, BPharm. If you passed out of BPharm, MPharm, that's all. Now, below that, there should be something showing that you're different from others. And with only your degree, it is not possible to excel. That is the reason we are talking about academic research and publication. Publications will show you your zeal into research. It's a disciplined inquiry into a subject. Disciplined. Now, this is a very, a scary term once again. Disciplined for nowadays students is a bit difficult. Yes, but you need to be, right? So, how do you do it? First stage. You just have an idea, you have a hunch, or you wanted to do. You noticed a new trend which no one else has noticed. Today on this platform, I will give you an idea. Okay. Generally, we should not give our ideas like that because anyone may copy. And so this idea I have given to one of my students to put it in a hackathon, which was conducted by MSME. They're funding for new ideas which can be scaled up to market. This funding is for 15 lakh rupee. So the idea which I gave her is, so you all know that these days everything is available online. For example, you want your groceries, Blinkit or Zepto within 10 minutes. Now, anything like maybe groceries or maybe vegetables, maybe you get it in 10 minutes. Do we get medicines in 10 minutes online? We do have Apollo Pharmacy. We do have MedPlus delivering medicines to home. What is the timing they start? So suppose you want a medicine in the early morning, 6:30 to 7, you call up any pharmacy, they will say 10 o'clock, my guy will come, he will give you the medicine. So is it possible for everyone to go to medical shop and get a medicine? Okay, now we have digital pharmacies like pharmacy is there, 1mg is there. Their delivery time is minimum 24 hours. That means you have to upload the prescription. Within 24 hours, they will deliver your medicine. Now, medicine is a very integral part of life. Not everyone can go to a medical shop and purchase when it is an emergency. Then why can't medicines be delivered like Zepto? Why can't it be delivered like Swiggy? What is the problem in delivering like that? And is food and groceries more urgency than the medicines? It's not like that. But I don't know why they are not delivered. So I told my student to team up with an IT guy in the same university and develop an app where medicines can be delivered like groceries. Anyone need at any point of time, they should, with a click, they should get that medicine and they should not suffer. Okay, this is just one idea which I'm telling you. This could be scaled up because research at the end should even reach the market if possible so that many will benefit. So why do this research? Is it appropriate? Is there a need? Or is it something? Do you really want to do it? Now, all these questions, you have to ask yourself before you start. So now comes the stage two. Now, okay, fine, you got motivated today and then you wanted to write a paper. Okay, now you're just in B.Pharm first year, second year, maybe. You've never done this before. So what do? You search for a supervisor. Go to a supervisor. Supervisor could be your immediate senior who knows about this, or your teachers who are teaching you, or any friend who is into this. Supervisor term is a very broad term, I'm telling you. Any professor who's teaching in other university whom you know, but it is always better you reach to your teachers who are very much approachable to you. They are the best people to teach you, to guide you how to start with it. So you search for a supervisor, then you speak with them. This is what I'm having in my mind, or this is what I'm planning to do. Can I do this? Is it possible? This is how you start. Then goes the literature review. Now you have selected a topic. Now you want to write on it first. Okay, or you want to start your research on that. Now, research doesn't mean something new you will innovate, something new already existing also you can modify and make it into a publishable work. That's how you can. I'll show you the difference anyways between a review paper and a research paper. What is the difference between two and how do you start with it? So literature review, what does it mean? Like you are going to go through already published data and find out in that area what work was done previously. Okay, so that work you will take with you, keep it as a just to know what went on previously as a reference. Then you will plan your work based on that. That means what? You're not copying from it. You are going to develop your own point based on that. That is what is a new thing which you're going to do. So you're going to read everything and then you will develop your own work or you will develop your own paper. That's how you do the literature review. So how do you do? This is very, very crucial to know. How do you do literature review? Because if you open up Google, there is so much of data available. You don't know which data to select. You don't know what to select. Now your supervisor is also there, but you don't expect your supervisor or your mentor to sit beside you opening up Google there. No, you have to first plan what are you actually trying to do or where you want to, which area, you narrow down your area. When I ask students, they tell me, ma'am, we want to do something about nano emulsions. Now, nano emulsions is a very huge area. First, you narrow it down. When you're doing it for the first time, narrow down your area. Okay, nano emulsions, any particular disease? I ask them. They say, no, ma'am, we didn't think. No, you think about any particular disease, how nanoemulsions are treating that disease. This will make it things easy for you. Okay. Then you plan the review, then you search for papers in that particular area, then you start writing your review paper. Now, why I'm talking about review paper is to start with, review paper is the best option. Because if you cannot get to the lab and do any work, if it is not accessible to you, It's not possible to you, because generally what happens is only if you have a project, you will go to the lab. Otherwise, it's a regular lab. And B Farm is a group project. And M Farm is a single one person project. But only at that time, if you start, it will be too late. So you have to start right from second year itself. This is what I tell all my students. I've got all my student publications, even from B Farm second year also. So you see my publications, majority of them, we start in B Farm itself. First, I teach them how to write. Later, they write by themselves. They enjoy doing it. And then they'll send me the paper. That's all. Ma'am, this is published or this is published. Because if you get into it, no, you'll enjoy doing it and you will never stop. Then you will not even need a supervisor or anyone like that. You can do by yourself. Okay. So then you will start writing your review. So very important thing is, why are you doing this, or a very critical question, or identify your question, what exactly you're trying to do. And you should be very strong to support any stage of your research when you're getting into your research. For example, during COVID, we had this kit of COVID, which we were given. In that, if you have noticed, we had vitamin C chewable tablets, big in size and different colors, orange, then we had strawberry, different colors we had. Vitamin C chewable tablets were part of COVID kit. Now, why this was supplied is, vitamin C is, it boosts up the immunity. And because during COVID, the immunity is down, this is also supplied. Now, this dispersible tablet or chewable tablet, dispersible tablets were mostly given. The minute you put in water, they should disperse. This is the motto of it, or this is the nature of it. At the same time, they should have equal hardness that can give strength to the tablet, which will not crumble during manufacture, during export, or during transfer. This is the challenge. The tablet should have enough hardness, but the minute you put into water, it should disperse in seconds. Now, what is your aim? Both together. It is difficult to attain. So many of the labs were given this as a contract, on contract basis, all the small labs, and these tablets were, they were, produced in bulk during COVID, because to meet the demand, day and night, the pharmacists were working in the lab to meet the demand. Each and everyone had got their own formulation. So that is what do we mean by being strong enough to support at all. The many formulations you do, only one formulation will click, but you have to stand. You have to stand strong. Next is, what is your methodology? How are you going to do it? For example, today, if you're going to any B Farm lab or final year, or you're in any M Farm lab, what you do is, do not depend on your teachers for procedure. For example, I'm a pharmaceutics person, so I'll talk from the perspectives of pharmaceutic. I'll talk about practicality. Today, you had advanced drug delivery systems lab. For example, you had to formulate controlled release tablets of any drug. I'm just taking paracetamol as an example. What you do is, don't depend on your teacher for procedure. You have the topic with you, controlled release formulation of paracetamol. Search for research articles already published in that. You have formulations available. Minimum 2-3 articles you search, get them printed, do your own formulation table. Try to do it by yourself and check those tablets. This is how you will learn. If you try to do by yourself, you will learn. Otherwise, the teacher is coming, she's dictating the procedure, you're doing it as a traditional method. No. You want to be something extraordinary. For extraordinary result, you have to put in extraordinary efforts. Otherwise, you won't get it. So this is just one example, which I'm telling you. Try to do it by yourself. So test yourself. Once you test yourself, you will definitely, achieve something really what others could not. So gather information, examine the data, view things critically, synthesize the information. Then at the end, you're going to put all of it together. What did you find? What could be done next? That will get your paper ready. So it is a systematic, objective effort to offer solution to problems. That is what is a definition. This is the student supervisor nature. See, always it is unequal, hierarchical. Yes, both professionals are of same discipline, but the only thing is, always treat your supervisor as all these. You will find your supervisor in all these roles. This multiplicity of roles may lead to conflict. Yes, you may not like, you'll get angry, you'll get frustrated. All this will happen. But still, if you find that person is having worth, If that person is talented, that person can put you in Google. How will he put us in Google, ma'am? What is it you're telling? Yes. If your paper is published, you type your name in Google, your paper will be flashed there. You want that to happen, isn't it? Everyone wants that to happen. So if that person is able to do that, don't leave that person. No matter whatever angle you're seeing it, there will be conflict, but stay strong, stick to the supervisor and complete your work properly. Okay. So now the student is saying, ma'am, you're telling us to write. Okay, fine. Okay, we will start writing, but we've got so many things to do. These are the stresses on the student. I think you can read my slides. You can see how you feel when someone is pushing you towards something which you're not aware of, or which you're very scared of. And one more thing is, these all publications or whatever I'm talking, they don't have any academic marks included in your mark sheet. There's no exam. You don't have any pressure of it. Only if there is an exam, you will study. A day before exam, 1 hour before the exam. Okay. Now, this has got nothing to do with that. Even if you don't do this, also you'll get your degree. So this is another big, big challenge apart from degree. Today, I'll tell you, BTech students who get into top IITs, NITs, they do not only depend on their academics. Right from first semester, they develop their skills for getting into a good job or getting into an entrepreneurship or whatever it is, right from first year, first sem. They take up other courses, they take up interdisciplinary courses, and they make themselves ready for the job. Are we BPharm students doing that? The only thing which lacks here is you think we are in B pharmacy. Okay, we have to follow that particular syllabus. We can't take any other course. We cannot jump into any other course. It is not like that. It is not like that. For example, today you're in B pharmacy, you graduate as a B Pharm student. You want to work with Deloitte. You want to work with Tech Mahindra. Is it possible? Yes, very much possible. How is it possible, ma'am? That is all software. Yes. All the software companies have got their healthcare sector. In healthcare sector, they have got streams called pharmacovigilance, clinical data management, SAS programming is there. These are the streams where they're looking for pharmacists. So what do? After you take your BPharm degree, while doing your BPharm, you take up these courses as certification courses, add up to your resume. You can also sit in an AC room and you don't have to just, toil in the labs and no need. You can also achieve. You can also shift your domain to IT, but it all lies in you, how you're going to develop your skills. Jobs are ready. You have to be ready for it. They will say, there are no jobs. No, the jobs are there. Are you ready? Today, if you sit for a campus placement, for example, you're in BPharm final year or MPharm second year, you sit for a campus placement and the questions are asked like Viva. Are you able to answer all the questions? So many of you must have worked with the dissolution apparatus, disintegration apparatus. You must have worked. The first question which we ask is, what is the company? What is the name of the company of the apparatus which you used? No one will answer. When I sit for campus placements with other, I have HR friends in all the pharma companies, they call me for campus placements. When I sit there and I ask a BPharm graduate and MPharm graduate, the difference between disintegration and dissolution, I'm not asking very big, rocket science questions. They don't answer. When I ask which company, like for example, you have used a mechanical stirrer, a magnetic stirrer, which company? Remy, such an easy answer, they don't answer. This is what you need to make yourself ready. I know all these things are there, so much you're stressed up as a student, so many deadlines, but still you have to make yourself ready for the world, ready for the competition. So what are your personal reasons for publishing? Now, each and everyone have got your own personal reasons, like why I should publish. Maybe for PhD degree, this I'm talking about, who are in PhD. Get funding. Few of you want to be funded and then, or you want to go abroad, universities and study with funding. Research the papers in your resume. That will show the professors that you can, work with them in other universities. Get promoted once you are in a pharma company with a BPharm degree or an MPharm degree. You want a promotion, then you want to do your PhD, then you go for publishing. Next is, you don't know why. This is my favorite, you don't know why. let's do it. If you're having a opportunity, let's do it. When it may get in handy, when it may come useful to you, you don't even know. Let's do it. When you have an opportunity as a student, when someone is ready to teach you, this is another important thing. When that opportunity is there, grab it. Do not leave it. So what to publish? New original results, advancement of knowledge, reviews or summaries on a particular field. You will start with a review article. For example, you wanted to work on fast dissolving tablets. First, write a review article on that. Review article will help you to understand the mechanism of the system, the theory of the system. Then you go for a research article. That means go to the bench, lab, and then work on that particular subject. Then what not to publish, which lacks scientific interest, outdated. You need a very strong manuscript to present your contribution. That you should always remember. So next is choosing the right journal. Don't descend down the stairs. This is what, one of the things which I keep telling. You start with a top journal and then as time proceeds, you go down the ladder. No, don't do that. Or if you are starting for the first time, start with a very preliminary journal, but always try to ascend the stairs. If you're starting from here, your goal should be this. If you're already here, be there. Don't come down for whatever reason it is. That is what we say, choosing the right journal. Then this is the writing process. First you think, then this you draft, then you revise, then you edit, and then finally the product is ready for publication. Here, the important thing is thinking, brainstorming. So what you do today, you make a group of at least 2 people together and you start with a review article. Select a topic of any of your interest, approach to your supervisors, they'll help you out. Then you take out articles already published, sit and start writing. I'll tell you how to write or what is the process, practically what is the process. Then you draft and then you edit and then you format, right? So next is authorship. This is very, very important, guys. So people keep publishing, but they don't know, suppose, for example, you did your B.Pharm project, you have 5 people doing the project and you publish that paper. Where is your name is very, very important. Now, why is it important? Corresponding author, the first author, then you have the co-authors. As the place goes back, the value of that person decreases and people will not consider mostly the first and the second author. So it's always important that you be there in the first place or in the second place, maximum third. If you have many authors. Now, if this paper is published in a high impact factor journal, okay, very high impact factor journal, for that we need extraordinary work to be done, then yes, wherever you are, it will be valued. But if it is not in a high impact factor journal, it is a very minimal, like a normal Google Scholar, then it is important either in the first or second place. And next is ghost authorship, gift authorship. Never do this. See, in my entire career of research, of academic research, I have never given authorship to anyone who did not contribute to my paper in any form. Never give authorship just because, they are a friend or just because they are your boss or something like that. Don't. Your name, your supervisor name, if supervisor is there, involved with you, involved in the paper. If supervisor is not there, you did all by yourself, only your name. You and your friend did it, only yours and your friend's name. This is a very important ethics of publication, which every young guy, a young publisher should inculcate within. Now, there is another thing we call publication fee. For example, someone helped you to pay that amount. They didn't do anything with the paper. They didn't help you write the paper. They didn't help you edit the paper, but they helped you pay that amount. Yes, then you can give it as a gratitude. You can give them the authorship, maybe the third or fourth. Otherwise, there is one point called acknowledgements in your paper. Under acknowledgements column, you can mention there, thanks to so-and-so person or thanks to this, you can do in the acknowledgements column. This is what is called ghost authorship or gift authorship, which you should avoid. Now, what is the typical length of a full article? So this I am talking in line with the research article. Okay, I'll tell you what is the difference and for what a review article, how it should be different. For any research article, this is what we are looking at: the abstract, introduction, methods, results and discussion, conclusion, figures, tables and references 20 to 50. This is what we are looking at. Suppose if it is a review article, you will not have methods, results and discussion, figures and tables. Why? Because a review article is just a theoretical part of the work. It is not the it is not the complete work which is done, or it is not a bench work. You don't have results and discussion in that. You just have a theoretical part of the subject or theoretical part of the concept which you are writing. So it will not consider, I mean, that will not be there in the review article. Next is accepted, rejected. Yes, very rare. Acceptance at the first stage is very, very rare. Or maybe if it is a very good paper, you got accepted at once, then congratulations, you get a cake and then you, but if rejected, do not get disappointed. You submit to other journal. Now you have submitted to one journal, they're taking a lot of time, they're not responding. What to do? You just send a mail across to them. I have submitted my paper. There is no response from your side. So I do not want it to be published in your journal. I'm withdrawing my publication and send it to other journal. The probability, it all depends on which journal you're communicating to and what is your plagiarism level and everything. That I'll come to the next slide. But generally, it is rejected if they find it is not meeting the journal standards. So again, you need to write the paper once again. Each and every journal has got its own specifications of referencing style. So you have to change it before submitting. Remember this. Go through the author guidelines. As per that, read the guide for authors of new journal again and again. Suppose you're submitting to a new journal, you have to read the author guidelines and submit it to them. Next is plagiarism. Yes, avoid plagiarism. This is what I tell, because cut, copy, paste is easy than writing on by ourselves. So that is the reason people tend to copy. Do not do that. No cut, copy, paste. Remember one thing, no 10 words in a single sentence. No 10 words in a single sentence. If you directly do it, then it comes under plagiarism, right? So that is what is a basic thing which I am telling you. And if you want it to be new, to avoid plagiarism, or you don't want it to, then what you do, you write by yourself. You don't copy as such. That is how you do. Okay. Why it is bad? It infringes academic ethics. It is a form of theft. Ultimately, it is cheating. They cheat their fellow students. It reflects incompetence. So that is the reason you're not supposed to do it. So this is the reason: fear of failure, lack of enforcement, lack of time, lack of planning, laziness. Yes, it is easy to copy rather than, write by oneself. That is the reason. It includes exact words without using quotation marks or a citation, using someone else's ideas without using a citation. This is all comes under plagiarism. So you have to, these are the different types. Complete means complete copy paste. The entire article is, or copy paste. Only a part of it is copy paste, or the word switch. Just the words you put it this side and that side. And self-plagiarism is your work which you already published, from that you have copied. This is also not allowed. And generally 14% is the allowed limit. 14 to 12%, majority of the journals, they do allow. Now, why this 12% they are allowing is, for example, there are few figures which you have to take directly from the net, and there is no option. Then you can take it like that. And self-plagiarism is also allowed to a certain extent, not completely. But your article should be 80% of it should be new. That is the concept of plagiarism. So, guys, do not copy. Do not copy paste exactly. Write by yourself. Use paraphrasing. And if you do not get words, go to dictionary, select words, as synonyms, put them in the sentences, but do not copy as such. Avoid plagiarism, use quotations, reference properly. If you have to copy, then give proper references. Next, we'll go for the criteria for selection of a journal for publication. First of all, you should read the instruction for authors, what is clearly written, make your paper according to that. Now, once you get your manuscript ready, everything is given in the author guidelines, in very detail, what should be your font size, how many pages it should consist of, what is your referencing style and everything. Based on that, you prepare your manuscript in the Word document. You don't have to convert to PDF. Submit in a Word document. Check the complete list. Few of them will ask you for even the paper to be submitted as a single document, or a few of the journals, they will ask you to submit the figures separately, table separately, and the document separately. You have to read the author guidelines very, very carefully. Otherwise, your paper will get rejected. So we have two types of journals. One is open access, the other is closed. Open access means anyone can use it. Closed and open access, it is available for free. You can download, you can cite it. Closed is you have to pay. That means you cannot access the paper without payment. It is taken either by the institutions or individually also. You can pay and select it. Access the paper. Right. So I'm just going to the basics of journals. I'm not going to the high-end journals because I know the students who are there are in B Farm and M Farm. I don't want to scare you in the first instant with the impact factor, high impact factor and all that, because you're starting. When you're starting, you need to start with a very small thing. So, but the basic things which you need to see. We have three types here. You can see predatory journals, scopus journals, Web of Science, or Clarivate with trusted journals and journals which are there. So in this is what you are going to be very careful about. These days, there's so many journals available. You can't even find out which is true, which is right, which is wrong. They look the same. The names are same, but you'll not be able to identify whether it is original or not. That I'll tell you anyways how to segregate that. But predatory journals are journals which don't have any value, which are just predatory. The word itself is telling you about it. Now, in this Scopus also, you have, in the Scopus website, you have to check. I'll tell you how to check that in the Scopus website. And you have journals which are paid, free, closed, open. Now, paid publication, you need to pay the author processing fee, which we call. So it depends on journal to journal, how much is the fee that you will select based upon the amount of money you are ready to shell out for a publication. So next is free publication. Belong to universities, authors don't pay anything. This is one category. Next is closed access. They do not pay anything, but article will be available to journal subscribers. Open access, again, you have a publication fee. This publication fee is entirely, again, I'm telling you, it depends from journal to journal, and it also depends on which one you're selecting and how much you're able to pay. But you have to clearly go through it in the author guidelines. It will be given. Few of the journals, they don't give in the author guidelines. You have to send a mail across to them. Then they will send you. In the mail itself, they'll reply whatever is the author processing fee. Okay. Right. So this we have finished. Yes, this is what I was telling you. It depends from journal to journal. Next is the speed. Now, how many months how many months or how many days or like how you're ready to wait? I know this generation wants everything fast track. You can't wait for anything. So I get students, once we send the paper for publication, they come to me within 2-3 days. Ma'am, we didn't get any reply. So I keep telling them, you have to wait. You have to wait. It is not like magic. It will not happen like that. You have to wait for 1 week, wait for 10 days. First, you will get a mail saying, you'll receive a mail saying that your paper, we have received your paper and it's under review. Okay, once you submit. Then once the review is complete, they will send you the acceptance if it is accepted. Now, this timeline depends from journal to journal. Then what is the maximum time, ma'am, to wait? Like, should we wait for 6 months? Should we wait for 1 year? No need. You don't have to wait for 6 months and 1 year. If you have submitted to any open access journal, what do? Maximum time you wait for is a 15-day or 15 to 30-day window. That's all. If it is in a Google Scholar, if it is not in Scopus. So I'll tell you the difference also. Then after that, you're not getting anything from them. Within 15 days, after 15 days, send a mail across to them, share a mail across to them, ask them what is the status. You've got nothing. I mean, there is no information. Then if they reply back, it is under review. Please give us some time and all. Then wait for the 15 days. There is no reply. Then there is absolutely no need to panic. After 20 days, what you do? You withdraw that paper from the journal and send it to other journal. When you're selecting a journal, the speed of publication also is very, very important. Unless you're sending it to some high impact factor journal where they take years together, 1 year, 2 years. And as a student, you don't have to do that as of now. As a student, you need to get few publications already published. Then it is important that do it at some considerable speed. But once again, I'm telling you, don't expect magic. Magic will not happen. It all depends on your journal selection, how speed or how fast they are publishing, and how effective. This is the list of predatory journals. You can go through this website. If you have any doubt about any journal, this is the website which you will follow, and then here you will get the complete list. I've just put the first page. That's all for you. This is the the link or the website address. Just go through it and you will get all the journals with you. How to identify? They do not have any ISSN number. They do not have any indexing. Okay, so that is how you identify. And also there is no transparency about article publishing charge. They don't write anything there. They don't even mention anything there. Even if you send a mail across, they will not even reply back to you. And this is another important thing. I'm telling you guys, nothing comes as a fast track. Research doesn't happen as a fast track. Publish your article within 3 working days. This is like we will cure cancer in 2 days. That is not possible. This is also not possible. So don't fall for such things. And many of the students, what happens, these guys, they also publish with very less amount, like 500 rupees or 600 rupees, very less amount. So without knowledge, if you get into this and your paper is published, later if you're planning to go to any country and you're planning to join anywhere, and they find you have published in such article journal and all, you will have very big problem. So don't do it. So even if your paper is very good, if the journal is bad, then it is going to affect you a lot. So that you have to carefully select and don't fall for such advertisements at least. This is the Elsewhere Journal Finder. If you have an article ready, this is the website to which you'll put your article, title and abstract, and it will give you where it can be published or what are the chances of it getting published. Now, I'll just give you a brief thing about impact factor, then we'll go to the actual concept of writing. Impact factor of any journal is number of citations by total number of articles which are published. This is calculated over last 2 years, last 5 years. So that will tell you the worth of the journal. This is calculated every year and it is posted in the journal website. Few of them post the real one, few of them post the fake ones. Now that you have to identify. This is where the supervisor is coming into picture because you have no idea. You cannot fall into trouble. You need your supervisor helping you out. You can see here, these are the topmost journals. See the impact factor. Right. So these are the topmost journals with high impact factor for this. Generally, it's an inter organization, people who do such papers and they publish. Here you can see, I have put just for your, sake, the lowest ones, the difference you can see. This is how it is. Now, how do we select based on impact factor is what your supervisor is going to teach you. Final step, celebrate publication of your paper. Okay, so I'll just show you the difference between a review article and a research article. First, we'll do that. Okay. For example, I've taken an example of a fast dissolving tablet review. So how does a review article look like? You can see here we have introduction, figures. Understand the difference, guys, what you have to start with. That's what I'm trying to do. You have introduction figures about mouth dissolving tablets. What do they do? This is all theory. If you can see, it's all theory, like how you write your answer for your final exam. 3-4 papers you have selected. Out of the 3-4 papers, you have gathered information you've written on your own. List of commercially available super disintegrants. You can see this complete paper. Its theory part, techniques, patented technologies, ultimately conclusion, acknowledgement, references. See? This is a review article. Right. Now we'll see what is a research article. This is a research article. See the difference? Formulation and evaluation of fast dissolving tablets of haloperidol solid dispersion. You have a drug name here. Now what is the difference here? You have introduction again, but you have materials and methods here. This is a research article of fast dissolving tablets. See the difference. Here it is written original article. Okay. Now here you found on the top review article. Just scroll it. Is it written? Yes. See, review article. So if you're writing a review article, you will select only review articles as your reference.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Now, yes, you can.
Slide has not changed, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sharing my screen. Let me check once. Yes, let me check. Slide is the same.
Yes, ma'am.
1 second. Stop sharing. Share. Now, can you see?
Yes, Saudi Pharmaceutical Journal.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So guys, sorry for that disturbance. I was talking the difference between a review article and a research article. This is a review article. On the top, you can see it's written review article. So this consists of only the theory part of fast dissolving tablets. See, completely the theory part. You have commercially available patented technologies. Finally, you have the references. Okay. Now we will just see the research article. This is a research article on fast dissolving tablets. So here you can see you have methods, materials and methods. Then you have evaluation tests, you have tables, results and discussion. This is a research work done on fast dissolving tablets, which is published. So you can see graphs, you can see figures, tables, DSC graphs. Finally, the references and the conclusion and references. This is the difference. So now you have to start with a review article first. Select a topic of your interest. Select any supervisor and then you start off with the review article. Now, ma'am, you're telling, okay, start off with review article. How do we search for articles already published? Okay. First platform is your very favorite Google. Go to Google and you can type in there and then get the articles. The second platform is, my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is the platform where you guys are going to search for published data, Science Direct. So I'll tell you how to do it. Go to the site, go to advanced search. You should be very specific when you're searching, otherwise you'll be losing time and interest, both. Losing time is okay, but interest if you lose, you cannot proceed. So I'm just putting in nano emulsions. I'm searching for it. I'm searching for what? Review articles. So just look on here. Nano emulsion, so many things have opened up. Now I want only review articles. I'm putting in the filters like you're shopping on Amazon. Same thing. So I put only review article. Next is I'm searching for subject areas. See here. I am particular about pharmacology. Right. Then we get all the articles which are related to our interest. Now, important thing is not all can be accessible. How do we know everything we have to open and see? No, it's not like that. For example, you can see here this only abstract you can see. I mean, you can access only the abstract. Okay. So you can't access fully. It's saying what? Access through your organization. Then what to do? How do we access it? Suppose, how do we know which can be accessed? So see here, for few of the articles at the end, view PDF is written. These are complete access. So you have to search. I'm going to click so that we'll see the difference. See here, you got the paper. So you are going to go to one second. Yeah. So you're going to go through all the articles like this, search for that icon here again. Once again, I got this is full access. So like this, you're going to select minimum 5 or 6 articles, and then you're going to read all of them and write on your own. This is how you're going to do. Take a printout of it, sit with the printout, minimum 5 articles, then you read all of them, write on your own. After you write, you're going to type. Remember this, no typing directly, no cut, copy, paste. So if you write like this, there is no chance of plagiarism. That is why I ask students to write. First take a print. You have forgotten what are textbooks. You have forgotten what are printed materials. Everything is on the phone now. Everything accessible through phone. No, that's not what we want. Keep your phone aside. Only half an hour in a day. Half an hour, 30 minutes you spend for this. You'll get your paper ready. Trust me, just in 10 days, you'll get your review article ready, which you can publish. So once that is ready, you're going to select your journal. Google Scholar journal. That means if your paper is not of high-end review, then you can go for any Google Scholar journal, which is minimum 10 years old. Remember, 10 years old, which has a publication fee less, maybe 2000, which is a monthly publication, publishes every month. This is to start with, I'm telling you. This will not be predatory, that you can identify in the site. So suppose you are an MPharm scholar or MPharm student, and you're publishing your work. You want to do it in Scopus. How do you select the journal? This is the Scopus main page. I type Google, in the Google type Scopus. This is the Scopus main page. Go to the sources. This is where you will click. Here you will get the list of journals. Go to subject area, enter subject area. If you're particular about our subject, then you're going to enter subject area. Let me enter pharmacy. It will be down, pharmacology. This is indexed paper, or your paper, you're selecting a journal for your paper in a little bit impact factor or indexed journal. So pharmacology, apply. So you've got so many. Now what we'll do is we'll get only open access so that it will be easily published. Okay. Now you see here, you have something called site score. This shows the impact factor, or the importance of the paper. The higher the site score, the more is the quality they're looking for, and the more would be even the publication fee, and the more will be the impact factor. Now, when you're starting off, don't go for this highest site scores. Click here. It will show you minimum. Now, this is not it's not there in Scopus, okay? The name is there, but if it is NA, means it's not there in Scopus. So you look for minimum site score of how much to look for it. Till here, yes, not this again, because I'll tell you what happens, 0.0, 0.1, 0.3, that means this will be there only for a few months. After that, they'll take out of Scopus. Now, if they take out of Scopus and someone is searching for it, searching for your paper in Scopus, if it's not there, again, it will be a problem. So go for a little bit of higher site score, maybe 1. Yeah, these are a little bit better. Now let's click one journal and go to the home page. Okay, I'm just trying to find out what are the author guidelines of this. So you get the journal homepage. Here you search for the author guidelines. Okay, this is in a different language. Let's do another one. Yes, let's do this. This is a little bit more. I hope my screen is visible. I'm lost in between. It should not happen. Okay, so here you can see this is the journal where you go for indexing and find out whether they are in Scopus. It will be there because already it is there in Scopus website. Go for author information. So let's check the fee if they have mentioned here. No, they did not mention the fee. So that means what you're going to send a mail across to them and ask them if yes, they have mentioned here. Original article $550 for overseas, 40,000 for authors from India. See, this is the publication fee which they are charging for a Scopus indexed journal. Now is it practically possible for anyone to spend 40,000 odd on a paper? Is it practically possible? It is not. So what they do is they do this into organizational, and then if it is needed that they need to publish in this, then they share the fees. Then what you do, if you cannot, you're going to cut down your thing and then go to another journal and search for it. Okay. Next is Web of Science. I'll show you. This is the site of Web of Science. The only Scopus and Web of Science I'm talking about, students, because you're just in B Farm or M Farm, and I'm not expecting you to go directly to elsewhere and all that. You can do in the later stages. So Web of Science is another indexing site. This is how you search. Go to the Web of Science platform. Here again, you can apply filters. You can search for the journal or even by open access or closed access, whatever it is, you apply the filters. For example, you're searching for this journal, view profile page. Go to the journal directly and you can, you have to log in. You can directly find the author guidelines. So this is what I wanted to show it to you, and I hope the lecture was informative. I wish all of you start right away publishing, and also that you do very good papers and publish very good papers. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I'm happy to take up any queries if you're having. Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your valuable presentation and timely spending. Thank you, madam, for your presentation, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. It was an honor.
Highlighting the importance of your research article.